What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Cool Espresso, and welcome back to another Black Ops 3 video here today on the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about our DLC weapons, and more specifically, ones that are still coming to Black Ops 3, what we can expect here out of them, and maybe even some ranged weapons that we can see coming to Black Ops 3 here in the very near future. Because, believe it or not, there's still a lot of stuff from previously leaked lists and information that do suggest there are still a ton of weapons coming here to Black Ops 3, whether that be melee variants or ranged weapons. We still have a lot of stuff to look forward to here within the Black Ops 3 lifecycle. Now, before we get too far into this, if you guys do like the video, make sure you drop a like down below. You guys absolutely killed the support on yesterday's 5 more things that changed before launch. That actually blew my mind, so thank you guys for the support there. Let's try and keep it up, and if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. But nonetheless, let's get right into it here. So once again, as I mentioned, this was a list that was leaked way before we actually got any DLC weapons here within Black Ops 3. Of that list, that included things such as knife variations, sword variations, things that have been done and have not been done before, such as the mace, which is done, that's the skull splitter, the sledgehammer, which is still yet to come, an axe, which is done, the slash and burn, a warhammer, which is yet to come, the crowbar, which is done, the iron gem, a bat, which is done, the MVP, the Bowie knife, which is actually in the game files already, it's just a matter of it being made public, a taser, which is not yet to be seen, but is probably going to be similar to the Zeus in CSGO, probably with similar range mechanics. But other than that, we have an ice axe, a shovel, and other things that are variations such as a chainsaw, nunchucks, a throwing star, and throwable spear for those taking place of the combat axe, and the ballistic knives, which we've seen glitched into the game from previous game code, but we don't really have any information if it'll actually be coming. Now, those lists coming from various different sources, including my good friend The Long Sensation, other various leaks from Reddit and things like that, and they all really have a good track record here, so it is no surprise that a lot of these still very well may be coming to Black Ops 3. We still have a boatload of content left, and still, since we're only moving into June just now, I would not be surprised if we see all of these coming into play, because we're probably going to have at least 2 to 3 more rounds of DLC weapons coming based on how this all will work out and how it has worked out previously thus far. Now, melee weapons are cool and all that kind of stuff, but I'm curious as to see what this will mean for the introduction of real standard ranged weapons. As you guys know, we recently have been getting ranged weapons in supply drops, such as the HG40, the FFAR, the RSA interdiction, weapons like that. Ranged weapons were actually, though, not conceptualized as being in supply drops before this. So when these lists and leaks came out for the game code and all that kind of stuff from inside sources with what would be coming in supply drops as melee weapons and all that kind of stuff, ranged weapons were never a part of that, because at the very beginning, they weren't supposed to be in supply drops. That was just more so something that they saw that it worked out well, so they're like, let's throw these in here to boost sales a little bit more. But as for the development end of the game, it wasn't there until the game actually launched. So that left the idea of ranged weapons wide open. But thus far, we've seen at least the ones that I want to do for this purpose: the HG40, an SMG remade from the MP40 in World at War, the FFAR, an AR remade from the FAMAS of Black Ops. But what else will we see? Surely we do have other new weapons like the Shadow Claw, the Marshall 16, the RSA interdiction, and so on and so forth, like we've just mentioned. But for the sake of fan favorites, what is next? Because once again, the HG40 and the FFAR, both of the last 2 weapon drops, were by far the most popular things here out of those. Honestly, the Nostalgia Pack, as we can probably jokingly refer to it as, and what I really think that this kind of embodies, has followed a neat little trend here. A little mini trend, if you want to put it that, because honestly, it's only 2 weapons out of this that we're going to be taking a look at and examining. The SMG from World at War is the first one, and an AR from Black Ops. So as you can see, we're following that chronological order here from that, picking apart pieces that were the fan favorites from each game. So presumably, and what my best guess would be, is that the next big weapon we're going to be getting out of supply drops is from Black Ops 2. So that could then lead us down a path that perhaps we get the MSMC, perhaps the DSR or Ballista, and I swear, I would die if the DSR makes it back in and gets nerfed again. The Rage Tweets to Vaughn would come out in full force, which, funny side note, he actually goes along with all of this if you bring it up in conversation, if you bring up the DSR and the nerfs. He just has a big joke and a laugh about it. He takes it in stride like a champ. But truthfully, I think what we can rule out from the fan favorites, though, is the M8, as it's already carbon copied into into Black Ops 3, the AN-94, which is once again basically carbon copied with the KN-44, all the shotguns, all the LMGs, since they didn't really stand out, but the contenders in my mind are potentially the MSMC, the DSR or Ballista, the MP7 and M27, which I only throw into this contenders list because the models are already in-game. The clips don't have models though, so I doubt they'll actually return, but regardless, I'd be willing to bet that our next nostalgic weapon here, that is the next main focus of these supply drop weapons, is from the second installment of the Black Ops series. But nonetheless, I think we're gonna wrap it up here today, ladies and gentlemen. Basically, the sum of this all is that we got a lot of stuff still coming to Black Ops 3, melee weapons, as well as ranged weapons here, and I'd love to hear your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. What ranged weapon would you like to see here, and do you think it will be from Black Ops 2? Would you like to see the MSMC, the DSR, the Ballista, any of these things, or maybe something else entirely? I'd love to hear your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. But once again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, rating down below. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We're on that road to 40,000 subscribers, so every little bit does help and is of course greatly appreciated. And if you guys want to connect with me a little bit more, Twitter is the best place to do so. I am literally always on Twitter, so make sure you follow me over there as well if you want to get in touch. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Nikolai Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.